Hello, it's me, Jess. Welcome to my channel. I'm here with another channeled message. This is a specific message. It might resonate with you, it might not. Okay, so this is a tough message, and I feel like this is a difficult situation to navigate through because I am picking up on the energy of two friends, and I can sense here that the friendship here between these two people is genuine, and the feelings here are very positive, and they're very happy, and they're very good. I feel like on a certain level, there is a certain compatibility here between these two and a certain level of reciprocity here between these two, which on the face of it, again, sounds really great. It's like, great, like so you've got a real friend in the world. That's amazing. Except for the problem comes in because one of these friends wants something more from the other friend. And I do think they're a bit fixated, and I think that they're a bit obsessed with this other person's energy. I'm hearing they put them up on a pedestal, and I feel like this is in terms of their physical attractiveness. They seem to acknowledge that this person is, I think, objectively physically attractive, and they think that society finds this person to be more physically attractive than they are. And I think the reason this is feeding such a fixation in them is because they understand the friendship to be real between the two of them. They really like being around this person, and they sort of think that they can leverage this friendship. That's a very karmic word. Leverage this friendship in order to kind of level up, to kind of, I'm hearing like date outside their league, and to kind of, oh gosh, I'm hearing like kind of get this big fish, you know? They want to use the friendship to their advantage, to gain something here that they're very fixated on, they're very preoccupied. Now that stance in and of itself is a betrayal of this friendship, and it's sort of an accident waiting to happen, and I do feel like something potentially did happen here. But I do feel like this person that was fixated on, I think maybe knew that this person had a bit of a crush. I don't think that they knew it was as like, this is like a deep kind of fixation, fantasy, delusion kind of space, to be honest. I don't think they knew that it went that deep. I think that they picked up on this person having an attraction to them. I just think they thought, you know, if they are very attractive, they could just be used to people being attracted to them. And what are they supposed to do? Like never make a connection with anybody, never have a friend? You know, that's a sad, lonely existence. So I think, or they just kind of thought, well, these things happen, it'll blow over. And I think this person thought that they were doing a good job as to signaling and leading and really giving the impression that this is a friendship between the two of us. And that's what I find valuable, and it's valuable to you as well. And I think that they felt they had established this in that arena somehow. Like that there was some kind of long-standing friendship where it's like, you know what time it is, I know what time it is. And please don't make me reject you, because I don't want to reject you. I shouldn't have to reject you. I would be rejecting you in one arena, but I love and accept you in another arena. And they feel like this person should be the one to accept the boundaries of the relationship, like what it is and what it isn't. And I can see that this is a very karmic relationship in that, because I feel like this friend that has the crush on their other friend is learning lessons in relationship. They're learning about true love, selfless love, not being, I've always been hearing this Corinthians quote. It's like, love is patient, love is kind, love is not boastful, love is not selfish, right? So they're learning how not to be selfish in love, and they're learning how to see where love is and how to build, protect, maintain it. And in this case, they need to understand that this is a friendship, and that's valuable. And if they push for intimacy or something, I feel like something will be ruined here. And I kind of think that that's what happened. And I get the image of Aladdin when he's going into the Cave of Wonders and is like, touch nothing but the lamp. I feel like this person is like, touch nothing but friendship here with this person. Otherwise, that whole Cave of Wonders is going to like melt down. And I do feel like that's what happened here, because I can see that there was some kind of karmic faded moment in time. It was like this karmic crossroads moment where this person needed to make a choice. And what makes this so difficult, and I feel like part of the confusion here, is that this friend that has this crush, for a very long time, I feel like had been fantasizing, feeding this delusion, fixating on not accepting this. Like, I think this other person felt like they were signaling like, we want different things. This, I don't feel the same way kind of thing. But this person was like, if I just have patience, and if I play the friend game, see how this isn't friendship? You see how this is strategy? See how like this person is just using friendship. They're not honoring the friendship. They're not truly being a friend. They think this is a strategic position for them. This is why this is so karmic, and I feel like they could get some kind of like heavy karmic reprisal here just for this. But they're saying like, okay, well, if I'm just patient, they fantasize about that leading to a moment of passion between these two people. Maybe like even a moment of weakness or something, where afterwards this person realizes, oh my gosh, like you're the one for me, and this has so much, long-term potential. Why didn't I see this before? And then that leads into this like very beautiful relationship. That's been their fantasy for a long period of time. So this person was in a state of delusion when this karmic crossroads hit. So there could be other karmas at play here about like how to interact with your own mind and how to, something like that, and like insecurities and things like, from childhood, I don't know. So this karmic crossroads occurred where I feel like something did happen, like on a physical level here between these two. They could have like just made a pass at somebody here, or something could have gone down here between these two, which only fed this person's, I feel like it was a wake-up call. It was meant to be a wake-up call here for both people about the nature of this, because I feel like actually the state of things is very undermining. And let me tell you what I mean, because I feel like this occurred when this person that they were fixated on either was in a moment, like some kind of low moment, and that could have been physically, like they could have not been feeling well and they could have needed some kind of like physical assistance, or like they could have had low energy, they could have been depressed. They could have been like not feeling great about themselves. They could have just received some kind of bad news. Or they could have just been in a state of like staleness and stagnation, where maybe they hadn't had a relationship in a long time and nobody really stirred up their interest in a long time. But then here this person is like making themselves available to them. And honestly, I hate to say this, but it's like, okay, well, it was just something to do. Like it broke up the monotony. Like, this person was like, I feel so stale. Like this is just an opportunity. Like I'm just gonna, it's that kind of thing. The other possibility here is that this occurred when this person that they were fixated on, was at a karmic crossroads themselves, where I can see that they actually felt very called and very intuitively, like they felt very called to take a leap of faith that they've been considering of going into a higher level of commitment with somebody. And that could be anything. That could be asking somebody out. That could be being girlfriend and boyfriend. That could be, I just heard go and steady. That could be asking somebody to marry you. That could be getting married. But they had to like level up. And I feel like they were very trepidatious about that. They were having some kind of cold feet. It was making them nervous. They were feeling insecure. And so it's like, that's when they needed support the most potentially. But then that's when this friend made a pass at them. And it's very much getaway car energy. And I just heard, yo, nothing good starts in a getaway car. And so to this person, it was this like momentary, temporary distraction and relief from all the pressure that they had been under around, trying to consider like this other person that they really did feel a different level of compatibility. Their compatibility was on I'm hearing very sexual level, but romantic level. And it was enduring and it was mutual between the two of them. And so I feel like there's something undermining like about that particular situation. Now I will say this though, I feel like if it's the first situation where somebody was just feeling low, they weren't like, whoever this friend was, like they weren't necessarily thinking about getting into a higher level of commitment with somebody or whatever. I think this other person could have. Somebody here was, I think, like in a very committed relationship or thinking about going into a higher level of commitment with somebody. And like, it could have been this other person. And like, they could have been in like a stable relationship. And then this person was like, what? Like, why did this occur? Like, because again, maybe somebody was drinking here or something. And it's like, why? Like, but like, this doesn't make any sense. Somebody here feels like it doesn't make any sense. And like could actually be feeling very hurt or very betrayed because they feel like this person betrayed the friendship. They're very shocked about this person's actions. And I feel like it's exhausting on this person's part because it's like they had to carry the friendship. And I think they're kind of realizing that this person always was strategic. They might even feel like this person was a snake in the grass. And I think they're shocked. Like they were very selfish. They didn't expect that from this person because there really were beautiful feelings of trust, friendship, and care between the two of them. But whatever went on here was very selfish and it was very underhand in some kind of way. And it was not... It's like they didn't want what was best for this other person, even like that's where the level of acceptance comes in. Think about how many times like with your friends, you disagree with the decisions that they make, but you accept it anyways. You're like, it's your life, like whatever. Like this person just, they were just very jealous here. But you have to understand too, like, because I think some of you, and I'm not excusing this at all, because I think for some of you felt very betrayed and you cannot for the life of you make sense of why this person did what they did. They did what they did because this person had been in such a state of delusion about this for so long. To them, it was like, oh my God, this is that thing that I've been fantasizing about for so long, that we were going to have this moment of weakness and we were going to fall into this passion. and they were going to choose me and realize what I always was. But actually, you were in a moment of lowness and a moment of weakness. And this person was your friend. And what do friends do in a moment of low, in a moment of weakness? They support their friends. And so it's like this person is like kind of showing up as fair weather friend energy. And then you felt like the moment that you actually needed a friend to be a friend to you, that's when this person became an enemy. And that's why this is hard. And there is hidden enemy energy here. And I feel like this was a hard karmic lesson for you. I think some of you are having doubts about whether or not men and women can truly be friends to each other. And I will tell you this, there's an undermining energy coming off of this person. And it's undermining towards them as well. And so if you're the person that was like fixated on in this situation, I don't think you realized how fixated this person was, how obsessed, how like, delusional they were. I think you were very shocked, to be honest. Maybe even me telling you this. I think the two of you part of what was undermining is that the two of you used each other to keep yourselves in a state of emotional unavailability. That's very karmic and it's hidden enemy. And I feel like part of this was so that you learned where you needed to put your boundaries. I think you realized your boundaries needed to be in a different place here with this person. I think this could have undermined a relationship with very long-term potential. I think this undermined a friendship here between the two of you. And I think it eroded trust. Somebody here felt like, well, I guess I can't trust people. I guess I can't have friends. I guess I'm too attractive. Imagine that. I'm too attractive to just have friends treat me properly, you know? And so that could have been a thing. And it was also, for this person that was fixated, it was undermining to their self-esteem. Because I don't think that they let this out. This to me seems like a covert contract. Like they didn't let it out in the light of day. Because their covert contract was, okay, I'm going to be friends. And to them, they were like, I'm putting in the time and I'm putting in the work and I want something out of it. That's not friendship, right? And it's going to be worth it because I'm going to get something out of it, right? It's a covert contract. Wherever covert contracts exist, it's usually a state of fantasy or delusion. And on some level, they know it's a fantasy or delusion, which is why they never speak it out loud. It's why they never speak it directly. It's why this person tried to jump in with you at a low moment instead of saying, let's talk about our relationship and our feelings at a time that would have been respectful for both of you. That's why they did that. And it's ultimately because of insecurity. That this person was feeling like very insecure. And so what I think if you're this person that was fixated on, it's like not harmless to be in a relationship with this person, even like as a friendship, I think at this point, just because it undermines their self-esteem because you were never interested in having a relationship like this with this person. And they were never able to just accept that. Even if they gave you the impression that they would, they just like held onto it like really tight behind the scenes. And so they compared themselves with like every person that they saw you talking to or like giving attention to. And it made them feel like deeply insecure. So it's undermining. I'm not saying you did that. I'm just saying it's not kind to this person either. Because it eroded their self-esteem where like this person needs to go with people that like them and are mutually interested in them on that level, but they're like unwilling to let you go. So it's almost like you have to make the decision for both of you just because. And I just heard that's true friendship actually, because you're putting their needs above your own because you're like, I'd really like to have this friend, but this person doesn't seem to be able to handle that. And actually it's a very undermining influence. But something about this was recognizing hidden enemy energy, and it's linked to jealousy, and it's linking to this. It's kind of like a soggy bottom energy where this person just kind of like subtly erodes something. They could have been running off people that you could have been interested in. They could have done something really strategic, dirty, underhand, even more than you know about. I think for some of you, this person is feeling guilty about this. Like they are kind of recognizing this. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like this person is recognizing that they were not kind to you. They were not a good person. And I feel like they let their jealousy get the better of them. And I think they're ready to kind of acknowledge that. But I kind of, and this is just my 2 cents, I kind of feel like I wouldn't trust this person because I think they might want to reach out to you and say like, I'm ready to talk about my jealousy and I'm ready to apologize so that we can actually be friends. But this person has made it weird. They were really, really fixated on you. And I just don't know that can kind of change. And I feel like you kind of need to have firm boundaries. But yeah. And I think especially if you were getting ready to jump in with somebody else, their jealousy just welled up in them so much. That's when I feel like that plan to wait patiently until they forced it because they were just so jealous and they were like, I'm ready now. And now like they're feeling like really, really guilty. I think they recognize that they have these like old childhood wounds that they need to heal, and that basically they were using the fantasy of you to keep them in an emotionally unavailable state. Because like I said, for some of these people, I feel like they could have jumped out of the relationship for them that actually had long-term potential. that actually was very mutual on that romantic. They could have jumped out of that relationship because maybe it was getting ready to go to like a higher level of commitment, or there was somebody else here, but they overlooked that person because they were just so obsessed with you and like the fantasy of you. There's obsession energy here for sure. And obsession and jealousy, while it might feel nice, it's not love, and it's incredibly undermining, and that's that hidden enemy energy. And I think you're realizing that even though this person was nice to you, they ultimately were not a friend. Yeah. I think part of their punishment, if you did jump in schmegally with this person, I feel like they obsess about that. Like they replay that over and over again. Like they can't like put it down because they should never have touched it. This person may ironically need support because I feel like you needed support in your friendship, but now I feel like this person may need support. Yeah. I feel like this person could be going through some kind of an awakening. But I just feel like this is a lesson in learning who your friends are and where your boundaries should be. Because it just feels this person's fixated on you. They put you up on a pedestal, and somehow like that's not the same thing as having a relationship, friendship, having trust and being able to maintain trust. I feel like there was a hard lesson here on both sides in regards of that. And I feel like whatever happened here was a wake-up call, potentially for you, about how low you were feeling, about the ruined friendship here, and potentially some of you could have ruined a long-term relationship, and this other person could have also potentially ruined a long-term relationship here, but their fantasy got like burst immediately. And I don't know that you knew that this was what was going on here, but this was what was going on here. So okay, anyways, that's what I have for you. If that resonates, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye guys.